Hi everybody, Paul Dostal here for Paul's Candid Reviews, where I talk about a product I'd like to share with you. Today I am presenting the latest addition to the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, Super Smash Bros. 3DS. Now I picked up the game at launch, and I played about 20 hours worth of it, and I have to say, it's a lot of fun. You know, if you are a fan of the Super Smash Bros. Series, this is definitely for you. Now, that said, this is a mobile version of the game, so this game is going to be a bit different than what you're used to on the television. Now, having said that, my focus will be on the unique aspects of Smash Bros. 3DS and how well it works on the 3DS. Now, be forewarned, from here on out, there will be spoilers. So I will pause for a moment before continuing to let you have a chance to decide if you wish to know what I'm going to tell you. This will include characters, may include levels, and maybe a few other details that you may not yet be aware of. So I'll pause now. Okay. I'm assuming that from this point that you're okay with this, so let's go. If you picked it up or tried it, then I think you'll agree this is Nintendo's pride and joy when it comes to Smash Bros. On a mobile system. In fact, there's never been one before. It makes this even more special. And the fact that Nintendo was able to make this work on the 3DS is a testament to their ability to get the most out of their systems. Now, in previous generations, this game would look awesome on a console. The fact that it's on a 3DS makes it even more impressive. Now, just for a moment, let me go onto the Wii U version a little bit, because, in my opinion, if the game looks this good on a 3DS handheld, it is going to look amazing on the Wii U version, in HD, on your television screen. Spoiler, with 8 players. Let that sink in. HD, Wii U, 8 players. Speaking of players, let's talk about the characters. There are 48 mascot character slots. This is Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, Link, Zelda, the standard characters. And then there are 3 Mii characters that you can put in. There's the Brawler, Sword Fighter, and the Gunner. Each character, well, there are also alternate character types that include the Koopalings, Alf from Pikmin 3, male and female Robin, Wii Fit Trainer, 8 different versions of the Villager, both male and female. Altogether, you're talking over 60 different characters to choose from. Then you add to the fact that each of these characters is customizable to different degrees. You have practically infinite combinations of character battles that you can have. Not only that, but these customized characters can be brought over to the Wii U version to be played in HD against 8 players, with your friends, against amiibos. Next, we talk levels. There are 34 levels in the game. However, each level has a battlefield version available to the player. This is great because if you've ever played against a professional Smash Bros. Player, and I have played against some pretty good Smash Bros. Players, they like the plain battles. They like the plain levels with no platforms to jump to and flat surface. Unfortunately, in previous generations, Battlefield was just one level and with always the same background, same aesthetics, and for me, it got bland. Now, with every level having a battlefield mode, you'll still have the same flat level battles. However, you're going to be able to enjoy the different aspects, the different aesthetics of each world. So, Pac-Man has his own battlefield, Link has his own battlefield, Mario has his own battlefield, and it works. And it works from a visual perspective. Next I'm going to talk about is the Smash Run. There's all the traditional levels in the game. However, one of the features that is unique to the 3DS version is Smash Run. Now, it's somewhat, in a lot of ways, it's their replacement for the Subspace Emissaries, this adventure mode that was on previous versions of the game. It's a 1 to 4 player game where the players go into a world, a large map, which is filled with enemies from each of the games represented in Smash Brothers. So you'll be fighting against Goombas, Pokemon, Taxis, Mega Man villains, Sonic villains, Namco villains, etc. Each character has different stats. Attack, jump, run, etc., etc. And you begin with the base stats that you start off with, and as you play the game, as you go through your Smash Run, these stats will increase. So if you jump a lot, your character will get better jumping ability. If you run a lot or walk a lot, your movement speed will improve. And eventually, as you fight, you will notice these improvements to your character. You know, if you're fighting a lot, you'll notice that the enemies will be defeated quicker, they'll be knocked off the screen faster, and the whole goal is to get as many stat increases as possible. You can also collect stat increases as you go from defeating enemies. The more stats you have, the better, because at the end of the Smash Run, you're given a challenge. The challenge could be a maze, it could be climb as high as you can go, fight the other players, or it could be fighting against endless enemies. The trick is, you never know what the challenge will be until the game announces it, so you are well advised to boost all of your stats as much as possible. The game works surprisingly well on the 3DS. I realize that a lot of players who play professionally probably, or at least who play very competitively, will have probably complained about the control pad on the 3DS breaking, and that indicates to me that it's probably not the best system if you want to play this really competitively. It is a good choice for just playing for fun. It's also a good system for playing against, playing casually. And however, if you're going to play competitively, I would recommend waiting and getting the Wii U version. I have an original 3DS, so the screen is smaller than it is on the 3DS XL, and I found it, despite the small size of the screen, it works respectfully well. There are some things that the game does that helps you keep track of your character. For example, if you tap on your character on the touchscreen, a target overlay appears, and it helps you to identify your character. This definitely helps when playing with 4 players. Also, you can adjust the outline of your character, so that helps visually bring the characters more into focus. The game works reasonably well online. I will say that it's not the best. I will say that playing online, I have had better experiences on other fighting games, not too much. I will say that I've never been kicked out during any of my online matches in Smash, where I have been in previous titles. It works reasonably well on the 3DS. I will say local multiplayer is definitely the way to go, partly because the connection is that much better, but also because you're with your friends, and who doesn't like to play with their friends? Another feature I enjoy that's brand new to the Smash Brothers is the spectate mode. If you ever thought about just watching a Smash match, then you can definitely choose the spectate mode and watch an online match and make a bet. And if your player wins, the one you've chosen, you get more coins. If he loses, you lose coins. But at least you got to watch a fun match. Well, at least hopefully a fun match. Now, if you are looking to take Smash Brothers on the road, this is a good choice. The game is up to 4 players. It works surprisingly well. It has all the characters of the Wii U version, controls pretty good, and has tons and tons of content. I will never be able to get into all of it in the 10-minute mark. So I definitely recommend picking it up if you're a Smash Brothers player. If you are a competitive player, I would say wait until the Wii U version, because the 3DS is a great system, but I'm not sure it can handle the intense movements, intense gameplay that a truly competitive player will put the controller through. However, for what it's worth, and definitely for its practice value, I definitely recommend picking it up. Anyways, for Paul's Candid Reviews, I'm Paul Dostal saying have fun and settle it in Smash.
Hey guys, Paul here. Just asking that if you have any constructive comments, please leave them down below. You can also follow me on Twitter and DeviantArt. Finally, check out my other YouTube videos as well. Anyways, take care.